Imagine just you write one topic in a Google Sheet and in 60 seconds you get a content for your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter, your thread, your YouTube, your blog post, your LinkedIn, everything in just 60 seconds. So today I will show you how I built my 12 in 1 content planner. If you create a content, you know the pain point. You have a topic, you created a reel short for one platform, then you have to repost on other platform by following a pattern of that platform content strategy. So it's kind of a pain point for that. So for that reason I built my 12 in 1 content planner. If you want the same, you can follow along the video. It's very easy to set up. You just need N8N, Google Sheet and one AI model which can create a API. So to build this 12 in 1 content planner, let's look into the requirement first. So as per the requirement, first we need an N8N account. Either it is a self-hosted on your local machine or you can use a N8N cloud environment, or if you want to host on a hostinger, then you can also refer to my referral code Avnish and you will get 20% off. The next, you need a Google Cloud project where you have a permission for Docs, Sheet and Drive. We'll go these steps one by one when needed in our flow. And you need one API key for any of the model, Gemini, DeepSeek, OpenAI or OpenRouter if you want to go for free. I'm using Gemini because Google provided a Gemini API key free for me. As for the design, what actually we are going to build, let me quickly walk through you that. First, we're going to read the topic from our sheet where the status is ready. Then we'll pass that information using one prompt to AI and ask them to provide the response in a JSON. It will provide a response, then we'll use a JavaScript code to parse that. It's simple code. I have provided a link in my description. Then we'll save that information to our Google Drive as a Google Sheet and then save those information to in our Google Sheet too. So let's move to our N8N workflow. This is exact workflow we're going to create. So let me go and create a scratch workflow. First we'll move to our workflow and then we'll click on the create workflow and let's give a name as a 12 in 1 content planner. And first of all, we need one trigger. Currently, I am using a manual trigger. So I will just add one manual trigger. And the next, we have to add a Google Sheet. So let's search Sheets. And we'll have to read that. So we have to select get rows in a sheet. And then we have to connect our Google account. So if you don't have a Google account, no worries. What you have to do, you just have to create a credential and it's a Google Sheet auth. You can just give a name. So I'm just going to give a GA authentication sheet and then you have to create a Google Cloud project. If you never created that, I can just show you a quick step. Go to your Cloud Console, Google, search in a search box, Cloud Console, click on the first link. You will see something like that. And if you never created any Google Cloud project, then there is a sign up screen where you can sign up that and then you just have to create a new project. First, you have to create a Google Cloud project. To create a project, you can click on create new project by clicking on this button, and if you have any project you will see the list of project, and if you don't have you will see the my first project as a default project. But for this we are going to create a new project, so I'm just going to click on the new project button. It will open a new screen, ask the project name. I will provide as content planner and 8N, and then we're going to create quick project. Once you create a project, look for that. Once it is created, switch back to your project, okay, and then you have to enable few APIs there. one is a dock, another is a seat, and third one is a drive. So make sure you enable all three APIs. So what you have to do, you just have to search docs in there. You will find the APIs, Google Docs APIs. Just open that, click on the enable button. Once enabled, search for the drive. Click on the Google Drive. Click enable. Once Google Drive enabled, then again search for the seat. Click on the Google Sheet API and enable. These three API we need that. We need Google Sheet API, Google Docs API, and Google Drive API. Once done, we'll have to move the OAuth screen for a consent agreement. Click on the Get Started. Provide your app name. I'm just going to give a N8N as an app name. Provide your email. Copy that because that email need to be provided again. Click on the external. Don't choose internal until unless you have a workspace. Paste your email on the contact information. Agree with the term. Continue and create. So this is the consent form you have to agree before creating a Google Cloud project. Next, we're going to create a client credential. So to create it, just click on the client there. Click on this create client. Select a web application. Give a name for this web application. I'm providing an N8N, and then provide an authorized redirect URL because Google will check this authorized redirect URL. If you are self-hosting, then you will find your redirect URL there. You just have to copy it. Click on this button, copy. You will get this. And if you are on the N8N account, you will see there. And if you are on Hostinger, you will see your Hostinger URL and a callback URL. You just have to copy this URL and paste it and click on the create. As soon as you did that, you will get your client ID, client secret. Make sure save this client ID, client secret because it's important. So I'm just going to copy it. Go there, paste my client ID. Going to copy this. Go there, paste my client secret, and you have to click on the sign in with Google. Once you click on the sign in with Google, you might see some error. Like if I try to log in with my account, I see some errors there because this is a test cloud project. You have to publish this project. To publish it, you can just quickly duplicate this because we need this client ID, client secret. That's why I'm not closing it for now. So you just have to go on the audience and make sure it should be published. So you click on this publish, confirm it, and it will move to in the production. Currently it's on the testing environment. That's why you get that error. Once you publish it, you can go back, click on the sign in with Google again. It will again opt for that, and then you just click on the sign in with that. Click on the advanced, click on the account you want to go. Okay, I think I click on the email. So let me close this email quickly. Okay, so you just have to click on this, go to this website, and you just have to make sure you select all of them and click on the continue. You will see this message connection successful. Then move to your this, you will see this green check in signed, then click on that, you are authorized. Now the next thing is that if you don't have a Google Sheet, I have my Google Sheet there. So this is the format I am following. I have a title, status as already. I have given one small title which I just want to create a content for that, and this is the format I am following. I will paste this Google Sheet in a description, you can find that, and then you just have to search that Google Sheet. First select from the list 12 in one content planner. Choose your seat number. My seat name is content planner. I chose it. Then click on the execute. You will see your result. So I have get that information. Other fields are blank because this is going to populate. Now the next thing is that you have to add a AI model. So for this I am just going for Gemini. So I will search Gemini AI model. So you can select any of them, and in this you can select for the text. So message model, and once you get a message model, you have to add your Gemini API key. So to create a Gemini API key, it's very simple. You just have to click on the credential, get your API key, paste it, and that's all. If you are using any other model, you can just switch back to that model. For me, I already connected my Gemini, and then for the prompt, you don't have to worry about that. I have added everything in my GitHub link, so you can find this link in a description. Just go there, just see my system prompt. You can just copy the whole system prompt there. Copy this system prompt, go to your prompt, paste it, make sure it should be expression, open it, and you will see that your system prompt is actually reading a title. So this title is the expression, you have to read it. If you don't see this, then you just make sure you have pulled your information from title. Just make sure you pull it like that. Okay, this is another way you can do that. You will see your title there. It's very simple prompt I have created that. I have given a task to as an expert automation content creator, and which will going to provide me all this information for my different content platform. Like for carousel we get 10 slide, for Instagram reel we get 30 to 45 seconds shorts, and then for YouTube long we'll get a full YouTube, and then for a YouTube short we have 45 to 60-second script there. And for a response, how we'll get that response, you will see I have given a information as a JSON how I need my response to be, so that it can provide me a response in that format. So what I will do, I will save it by adding a control S. It is so saved. Now I will just execute this step. So it's saying that problem is running on the workflow because I haven't choose the model. So in this I'm going to select Gemini 3. So you can directly search for Gemini 3 preview model. Yeah, Gemini 3 Pro preview model. Now I have to execute this my previous steps. Then click on this. It will take few seconds to get output. So you see we get the response, and we get the response in JSON format. We need to parse it. For that I have added my code in the GitHub to parse it. You just have to go there and copy it. Open my GitHub, scroll down, you will see that you will see this button. You just have to copy it, go to your content planner, and if you don't want to run this every time, there is a small tip for you. So you just click on this, it will be on the pin data until unless you are on a test mode. So you make sure you click on that so that you don't unnecessarily run your API key. Now we just have to click on the add new node. We select code, and in this we have to select a JavaScript code, and the content we just copied we will paste it and give a name. And then if you click on this execute, you will see this parser actually provide you the response in a very better format. You see it provided me the topic, all the information I need for a meta information, then YouTube long, title, what is the hook line, how many outlines I have to use, and the script same. If you look for that, you have a short information also, same for the Instagram reel, and same for the post and carousel, you will see that there is a 10 slide on the carousel. And if you go, we have a Facebook post, we have a thread, we have a Twitter post, Twitter thread post, and we have a LinkedIn post, and we have a article. Everything in one go. So, and even we have a blog also. So what our next step is that we want to save this information in our Google Drive. So to do that, we'll quickly go there and create one HTTP request, and you just have to create a new HTTP request. Let's make the name as create Google Doc, and to send this information on the Google, you make sure it should be on the post. Put this URL information docs.googleapi.com to send the Google Doc information, and in authentication use predefined authentication. For credentials search for Google Doc, because we're going to have to create that Google Docs API too. Okay, and in the credential, if you never created that, then what you can do, you can just click on the create new credential, just give as a GA Docs, and you have to put a client ID, client secret. Remember I said I don't close that box, so you have your client ID, copy it there, paste it, then you have a client secret, copy it there, paste it, and click on the sign in with the Google. It will again ask for the permission. Click on the advanced, go to your site, choose for the files information, click on the continue. Connection is successful, go back, you are authorized, saved it. Now in this you just have to select a send body and make sure body content type is JSON and specific body type is the JSON. So, and we'll pass that information in the JSON there. So I have a simple script here to pass into the JSON. So this is the format I'm going to pass. If I open that, what exactly it is doing, there is a title and I'm reading the parse information on that title. So that's what I'm just passing that. So it will create a document for me in the HTTP request. If you click on the execute, you see I get the body information, I get the title. If you look into that, I get all the information which I need to send in this document. Next, we have to create another HTTP request to add that content into, add that extra information bodies into that. So we're going to do the same. We'll create a new HTTP request and we'll name as the insert content, and then we'll have to do post again. This time we're going to use different API. So look for this URL. In this URL we are using the same API by passing a ID. So in the last one, if you look into your response, you might get a ID. So this is the document ID, you get that. So that's what the document ID I have added that, and I have added a batch update, means if the file is long, then it will process into the batches. You have to do again same, send body, choose JSON, choose the file as a JSON, and in this JSON body you can just provide your body. So to provide a body, I have a specific JSON format to send it. I will add that in my GitHub too, and you can find that exact code. What exactly doing that? It's providing a request where I am inserting a body, and you will see this is the body going to insert in my document. So I will just save it, execute this step. Okay, so this time I am getting some error, authorization fail. Okay, because I think I haven't choose the authentication. So this time predefined again credentials, we search Google Docs, and the account we just verify that GA Docs, and we'll click on the execute. Okay, so we did that and we executed that. This is the document ID, we find that. Now we'll have to save this document in our drive. So what we'll do, we'll just have to quickly click on the drive and we'll just have to authorize our drive first. So there I will choose drive, because we are moving a file, so we select a move. We can search it move file, and then if you never connected your Google Drive, what you can do, you can same way you have to create a credential for Google Drive. This is a Google Drive, so we just add a GA drive as a title. Same client ID, client secret, copy a client ID. This is a one-time job you have to do. You have to create a credential for everything. Google Drive, Google Sheet, and Google Files all are different API calls. If you don't have a Google Cloud OAuth enabled, then you have to, for first time you have to do that, and then just click on the sign in. It will ask for the permissions, advanced, select all, continue. Connection successful. Go back, close this. Make sure GA drive is selected, file, move operation is selected. From the list, you can choose any of the folder. I have created one folder, N8N automation. You can create your folder on your Google Drive. So you just have to find that folder. So what I have to do, I just search N8N automation. So first of all, we have to select by ID. So this is the ID I get. So I will pull this document ID there. Okay. If not, then I can just pull this document ID, because I think this is my document ID, and then drive the root folder. You can select your folder. I have N8N automation. Then I will execute it, and I will just wait for a second. It will save. Go back my drive to check it. Yeah, I have a file ready. If I open it, I will see my all the information which the Gemini provide. All the information I already have. So you see Instagram post we have a Instagram reels, the hook shorts, we have a YouTube shorts information, even we have a this long YouTube long video information. So we have all the information. This is saved in our Google Drive. Let's go back on our workflow. This is all we have. The next, we can update our sheet if needed. So to update our sheet, we just have to search sheets again, go to the Google Sheet, click on the update row, and in the update row, if you see, we already connected our GA authentication sheet, so we choose that. We just have to update row. We can select the same sheet we have already there. We have to select the sheet number. It's a content planner. Map with that. If you don't know which one to be mapped, you can directly select that as a title, because the title we only provide that. You can go back in your schema, check for the sheet. This is a title. You can pull this as a matching content for your Google Sheet, and status, you can click on the done. And now you can put all the information there if needed. So you will find all this information in this parser which we created that. So if you click on this, and if you go on the Google Sheet output in that, you can just click on this and minimize that. You will see YouTube long. You can just click on the content of the YouTube long. Then YouTube shorts is there. You just have to drag that. You don't have to write anything, just drag it, it will understand. So see this, all the information I'm pulling it out from that. The Instagram post, carousel, Facebook post, thread post, Twitter post, and then Twitter thread. We have a LinkedIn post, and we have a LinkedIn article, and in the end we have our 12th content blog post. And if we go back in our Google Sheet, you see currently it's ready, nothing is there, but as soon as you click on this execute button, you will see there is an output, and go back, you will see all the information related to your content planner you will get in your Google Sheet. You can also review that. If you need any changes, you can again rerun that AI model to update that content one more time. To rerun it, make sure you make it ready again, because once it is done, it will not going to pull it. And next, if you want a separate file, so for that I also created a code. So you can again add a code node there. What it will do, it will split all the information in a separate file. So I will just click on this code. I will give a node as a code node to explode docs, and you will find the code in my GitHub. You can go again on the GitHub, scroll down. You will find that explode docs, copy it, go back, paste it, and once you execute it, you will get the output in a 12 item. If you switch back to table format, you will see all the item you will get that. You just have to again create a document for all that. So what you can do is quickly you can just copy it and duplicate it. For a faster development, you just copy it, duplicate it, go back, then again copy this insert content, duplicate it, attach to the end, drag it, attach it, copy this Google Drive, duplicate it, because we are going to create a 12 file and going to save everything the same way. So just have to verify like everything is correct, you have a credential connected, your title is there. If not, you can find that in my link. You just have to make sure you are pulling a correct title. Make sure you are pulling this JSON title there, not the old one, because when you clone it, it will be on the old one. Okay, when you go back, you make sure the content should be there for your this previous content, not the old one. Let's go back and execute this quickly. So once we execute, we'll get a 12 result there. Okay, in the schema you can check that 12 item. In the table you will see 12 item there. Go back and check that the information you are pulling is from your last node. If not, then you have to fix it. Okay, so make sure you can click on this expand icon and see this is the body you are pulling that. Okay, so this is what you are pulling that, and once it's done, click on the execute. See, there is something some error on this index. Okay, so let's quickly fix it. Go back, do that, and you make sure, see there is error. So I will do what, I will just remove it and pull the body from there. Okay, and once done, save it, go back. Okay, and make sure this document ID is also getting pulled. If not, remove it and pull the document ID you will find in this one. This is your document ID. Go back and put before colon batch update and then execute it. Okay, so we got 12 document ID. Now we have to save that. To save it, make sure you are using a JSON.document ID in not anything else, because we are actually pulling the last JSON executed, and because it's you duplicated that you have every information correct, you can just verify it, click on the execute. As soon as you did that, it's completed. You can just go back to your drive folder. You will see start there the file getting created into your drive. So this is what we have 12 in one content planner. What I'm using for my content, I just see or write about the topics and I analyze the content, and if it is okay for me, I post on my different platform at once. So the planning for the content is reduced to 5 to 6 hours to just a second. So this is, if you see, this is what exact model we have created that in a very simple flow. Okay, and if you need this JSON, to use and just copy it. You will find everything in my GitHub. There we have a content JSON. You just have to open it. Okay, you just have to copy it, go back, you just have to paste it. Okay, you will see my content is there. You just have to make sure your credentials are there, and then you can reuse that one. This is very easy to do. And few more important thing, remember that while doing this we see few errors which is very important. Okay, so the first error is your authorization. Make sure your Google Cloud project is set up as I showed, otherwise you will get errors while doing that. And the another error is that sometime the Gemini API key is not working. Recreate a Gemini API key or choose new API key, or you can just switch to different LLM model to do that. Let me know your comment and your thoughts in feedback. In coming video, I am thinking to plan to increase this design to auto post carousel, create an image, voiceover, and do a auto post. So let me know your comment below, and if you have any idea or enhancement you can think about that, give me in comment. I will make sure I will include in my next video. Thanks for watching, and follow me or subscribe me if you like this video. But yeah, thanks for watching.